At 40, you're not winding down. At 40, you've probably got it all figured out. You prioritized everyone except yourself. You've put everyone before yourself. Whether it's the kids, your work, your family, the bills, your world spins because you made it spin. But somehow along the way, those dreams that you had, they got boxed up, labelled, put away for another day. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next year. You labelled it because you thought you'd come back to it in your mind. You labelled it someday and you put it on a shelf. Now, starting a YouTube channel might sound crazy to some people, wild even. After all, isn't YouTube for like the 20-somethings, right? They've got the fancy light, they've got the fancy ring light, and of course the endless amount of time. But spoiler alert, it's not true. It's not. Spoiler alert, that's not true. It is so far from the truth. You're not seeking vanity metrics. You're not seeking that. You're seeking something that's much deeper. There's a space on YouTube, a piece of your life that you can express who you are now at 40 or beyond 40, who you are now, not what you were 15 years ago, but the truth. The biggest hurdle, it isn't editing skills or trying to hack the algorithm. It's the voice in your head that's telling you that this is silly. Who am I to do this? Who am I to have a YouTube channel? Who are you? Who are you? You're someone with stories. You have depth. You have experience, wisdom, laughter, years of lessons that no 20-year-old influencer could even start to understand. You lived, and now you have something to say. You have something to share. They don't tell you about the shift that happens at this age, the thoughts that creep in uninvited. Am I doing enough? Am I leaving something behind worth remembering? When did life become so predictable, so routine? Your morning may start with cereal bowls and backpacks, like mine, but still, deep down, you crave more. Not more money, not more things, but more you. What if YouTube, starting a YouTube channel, what if it wasn't some outlandish dream, but an outlet, a stage to share what you love, whether it's stories from way back when or skills that you've mastered at this age, whether it's bits of humour, so uniquely yours, or lessons you've learnt through blood, sweat and tears. When was the last time you started something just for you? And if you're new here, my name's Chantal, and this channel is about no fear, no judgment. We're here together on this start of a brand new journey, the start of building a YouTube channel. It's my journey, and I want it to be yours too. If you're curious, come on in, because we can then make you committed, just like me and everybody else in the community that are already starting their channel. Join us. I hope for you the best, for you to share your story, to find your voice and create the life that you deserve. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and let's get back to the video. Here's the truth that you're gonna need to hear. Some won't get it. Your sister might tilt her head and ask, Really? Your co-worker might laugh. They might even laugh. And the trolls, of course they'll exist. They always do. But their opinions don't pay your bills. And they certainly don't keep your kids tucked up in bed at night. But there will be people who root for you when you shrink yourself for practicality's sake. When they see you following your dreams, you're teaching them courage. By stepping up, even when it feels scary, you're showing them how to be the better versions of themselves, as well as yourself. This isn't about taking time away from them. It's about enriching time so they will see what it means to live boldly. They'll see routines. They'll see habits formed, discipline, transformation, success. What if years down the line they thanked you for showing them how it's done? Strangers who find your videos and think, she gets it, she gets me. Family members who see your happiness and say, I'm proud of you. But more importantly, you'll have you. No one's approval will matter, most of all, until you press record and feel alive again. Okay, again, you're probably thinking, but I have kids, I have responsibilities. Of course you do. You're in your 40s. It comes with the package. But consider this. What lessons are you leaving them? At 40, you're not winding down. You're finally unlearning anything that held you back and stepping into your power. What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be, my friend? A life well lived? A life that saw you dream big, fail big, but tried anyway. This isn't about becoming an online sensation overnight. It's about leaving pieces of yourself behind that are true. This is about showing the world and yourself that growth doesn't have an expiration date. You are not old. You are not old. Imagine this. You're turning on your camera and you're speaking to that very person. You're speaking to the version of you from 10 years ago. What advice would you give her? What advice would you give him? What comfort or hope could you offer? Now picture someone else on the other side of the world, hearing that and thinking, she's right, I needed this. That's impact, that's legacy. So what's stopping you? Is it fear? Is it time? The unknown? Those are normal, but they're not walls. They're hurdles. Start as you are, come as you are, be your authentic, raw self. I'll give you some examples. Job changes, relationships, big one. Maybe sleepless nights and teething babies. Starting a channel, starting a YouTube channel, compared to what you've been through. Come on, you can do it. You've got what it takes. And here's a secret that nobody's telling you. Nobody feels ready at first. Yes, you'll fumble, but the beauty is actually starting in the messiness, if that's even a word, being uncomfortable and being imperfect. Perfect is boring anyway. So again, what's stopping you? Is it fear of failure? Or is it fear of discovering just how much you are actually capable of doing this? So how do you start? Well, you press record and you start today. That's it. You don't need experience. You don't need expensive gear or some Hollywood script. Start with what you have. your phone, but you can jump them. You've navigated harder things before, your life experience. Go back and think, what have you accomplished in your life? What challenges have made you the person that you are today? There's patterns throughout your life. Just examine. And most importantly, your voice. Find your voice and share your story, your ideas, your experiences. Write down 10 things that you love to talk about if no one's there around you to judge you. What are your passions, your aspirations, your goals, your dreams? Write them down. Record one video, just one. Hit save, and before you know it, you'll find your rhythm and your voice. You'll find your groove, your flow, your unique signature style that viewers cannot resist to click on your video. So turn what if into I did it, because you can, you will. So here we are. You spent decades putting others first. Now for once it's your turn. Okay? The truth, you're absolutely good enough. You're 40, you're dynamic, you're wise, you are authentic. And there's no better time to start than now. You've spent decades putting others first. Now, for once, it's your turn. Who's got your back? You. You do. But you might be surprised who joins you along the way once you take that first step. So take a deep breath, hit record, and just begin. The rest, the audience, the confidence, the joy, that will follow. The world is waiting for your story. Don't keep it to yourself. Start today.